Okay, picture this. The North Sea wind, that salty tang in the air, and just this absolute roar of engines echoing off the dunes. You can almost feel the ground shake, can't you?
Oh, absolutely. It's that Zandvoort atmosphere. It's electric, especially when a championship is as close as it was.
That's exactly the scene I keep coming back to for the 2025 Dutch Grand Prix. It just sticks in your mind.
It really does. Because it wasn't just, another race. It felt like pure drama unfolding.
Yeah.
Skill, luck, maybe bad luck.
Yeah.
It had everything. Zandvoort just seemed to dial that up.
It totally does. And that Sunday, August 31st, 2025, wow. It was this incredible mix of like pure triumph for some and just utter heartbreak for others, and new talent stepping up too, all on this really demanding track.
Yeah, it felt significant, didn't it? Like a proper turning point in the championship. You had strategy, incredible driving, moments you just couldn't believe. Definitely went for the F1 history books, I think.
For sure. And that's why we want to do this deep dive. We want to get beyond just what happened, understand why it was also pivotal for the 2025 drivers' title race.
Right, pull apart those key moments, the twists nobody saw coming, the things that really swung the momentum.
Exactly. So yeah, strap yourselves in, everyone. We're heading back to Zandvoort.
And what a place to start. Zandvoort itself. It's a character in the story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right there on the coast.
Definitely. Demands so much precision. It's narrow, twisty. Those banked corners are just intense. Very little room for error.
And being by the sea, well, the weather's always a factor. It's not just a chance of rain. It's sort of built into the challenge. Makes every race a bit of a gamble.
You could feel that on the day, August 31st. The atmosphere was already buzzing, that huge orange army out in force for Verstappen, obviously.
Yeah, the support was incredible. But even before the lights went out, qualifying had been ridiculously close. That kind of set the tone.
Ridiculously close is putting it mildly. McLaren's Oscar Piastri on pole, but only by, what was it, 0.012 seconds.
Yeah, 12 thousandths ahead of his teammate, Lando Norris. Practically nothing.
It's unbelievable. And they were only 9 points apart in the championship standings coming into the race. So, yeah, not just a race, but a real head-to-head showdown brewing. The tension was massive.
His stage was absolutely set.
Mm-hmm.
And when those 5 red lights went out for the 72 laps, boom, drama instantly.
Piastri, from pole, just nailed the start. Clean, confident, looked totally in control right from the get-go, asserting himself.
But then you had Verstappen. He wasn't just going to sit there, was he?
No way. He went for it. A really bold move. Classic Verstappen, trying to snatch second from Norris straight away.
The crowd went absolutely wild. You could almost hear it through the TV speakers.
Totally. But maybe a bit too ambitious. He just lost the rear for a split second.
Yeah, just a little wiggle. And that's all Norris needed. Quick thinking, sharp reaction, and he was back into P2 by lap 9.
So almost immediately, that McLaren 1-2 was back in place. Piastri leading, Norris tucked in right behind, ready to attack, you'd think.
And those McLarens looked quick, really quick. You could see the raw pace they had. They were setting a high bar early on.
But then, Zandvoort happened. The weather decided to join the party.
Yep. Around lap 15, I think it was.
Yeah.
Just a light drizzle started. Not heavy, but enough to make things tricky.
Exactly. Those are sometimes the worst conditions. Slick track, high stakes, really tests the drivers.
And it didn't take long for it to bite someone. Just 10 laps later. A big shock. Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, man. Yeah. Lost it at turn 3, the banked corner. Slid off into the barriers.
You could just hear the pain in his voice on the radio. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Just gutting for him, especially after saying how tough his season had felt.
Yeah, calling himself completely useless earlier. Just a really low moment for a 7-time champ.
Absolutely. And his crash, of course, brought out the first safety car. We ended up having 3 that day.
And safety cars, they just reset everything, don't they? Especially in a title fight.
Completely. Piastri had built up a nice little lead, was looking comfortable, and poof, gone. Field bunched up, pressure right back on. A reminder of how fast F1 can change.
But what really struck me was Piastri through all this. He just seemed so calm, unflackable.
He really did. Every restart, Norris's engineers were in his ear, go get Oscar. But Piastri handled it perfectly each time.
And Zandvoort's layout maybe helped him there. It's notoriously hard to overtake.
Yeah, pole position is really powerful there. I think every winner since it came back in 21 started from P1. Piastri used that. He wasn't just fast, he was smart. Kept that gap, 1.4, 1.6 seconds, just enough.
Masterclass in managing pressure, really, while all this is happening up front.
Verstappen's just lurking,
Yeah.
right? Holding third. Maybe didn't quite have the McLaren pace,
Yeah.
but you can never count him out. Always waiting for a chance.
And further back, absolute chaos in the midfield.
Oh, yeah, it was a proper battlefield back there. You had Leclerc pulling off this really aggressive move on George Russell early on.
But then they tangled later, didn't they? Lap 32?
Yeah, contact, sent Leclerc skidding a bit, damaged Russell's Mercedes. Neither driver was too happy about that, let's just say.
And poor Leclerc.
Yeah,
His race went from bad to worse.
it really did. Ended up colliding with the Mercedes rookie Kimi Antonelli, also at turn 3, around lap 53.
Antonelli took the blame, got a penalty, but yeah, race over for Leclerc. Tough break for the rookie, too.
It just summed up Ferrari's weekend, honestly. A total catastrophe. Both cars out.
And wasn't there a penalty for Hamilton, too? For the next race?
Yeah, 5 places on the grid in Monza. Failing to slow sufficiently under yellows earlier in the Dutch race. Just salt in the wound for Mercedes and Ferrari, really.
Okay, so back to the front. Things are tense, Piastri's leading, Norris is right there, and McLaren are looking like they might make history.
Exactly. They were on for their 5th consecutive 1-2 finish. That would have equaled an F1 record. Incredible stuff.
Piastri leading, Norris pushing. The championship gap was so tight. If Norris could somehow find a way past, it would have been down to, what, 2 points?
Just 2 points. Even finishing second would have kept him right in the hunt. Only 16 points behind. It was all on the line.
And then heartbreak, pure motorsport cruelty.
Yeah, lap 65. Just 7 laps from the end. You see that first little wisp of smoke from Norris's car?
Oh, you just knew, didn't you? Then it got worse. Proper gray plumes billowing out the back.
Suspected oil leak, they said. He just had to pull over. Race done. Championship hopes taking a massive, massive hit.
And that image. Norris just sitting on the dune, helmet on, head down.
Awful.
Yeah.
It's devastating. It really captures that human side of F1, doesn't it? All the tech, all the speed, but it comes down to these moments. A mechanical failure. Just crushing.
Absolutely gutting for him and the team, especially when they were so close to that record.
And despite another safety car for Norris's retirement, Piastri just kept his cool.
Incredible composure. He handled the final restart perfectly, held off Verstappen, who was pushing hard at the end.
Crossed the line 1.271 seconds ahead, his 7th win of the season. A really mature, controlled victory under huge pressure.
And a massive win in championship terms, stretched his lead to 34 points over Norris. That feels significant.
It really does. 9 races and 3 sprints left at that point, but still a big buffer. You could hear the confidence afterwards, him saying he felt in control, used the pace when needed. Unfortunate for Lando, obviously, but a champion's drive.
Definitely. But while Piastri was celebrating, another story was unfolding just behind him.
Ah, yes. The rookie, Isack Hadjar, racing bulls.
What a drive from him. Started 4th, stayed out of trouble, and when Norris retired, bam, he was right there to pick up the pieces.
He said his car felt on rails, drove brilliantly, flawlessly, really.
And finished 3rd. His first F1 podium. Makes him the 5th youngest podium finisher ever, I read. Just 20 years old.
Amazing achievement. And his reaction was just pure joy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Leaping into the team's arms.
Totally infectious. He said something like, "This was always the target. First step, hopefully much more." You couldn't help but smile. A real bright spot on a dramatic day.
A potential star for the future, for sure. It's great to see.
So looking at the aftermath, this race really did shake up the championship picture, didn't it?
Oh, massively. Piastri sitting pretty on 309 points. Norris still second with 275, but that gap feels much bigger now.
And Verstappen, still 3rd, 205 points. Seems like a long shot for him now, maybe.
You never say never, but yeah, it's looking increasingly like a Piastri versus Norris battle, though Norris has a big hill to climb.
And constructors, McLaren really cemented their lead, 584 points.
Yeah, testament to their car and drivers this year. While Ferrari, well, that double DNF hurt. They're on 260, only just ahead of Mercedes on 248. Red Bull further back on 214.
It really shows McLaren's dominance, fueled by that Piastri-Norris rivalry, which has been fascinating to watch.
Absolutely. But the worry for Norris now is that engine, if it needs replacing.
Grid penalty for Monza. That would be just rubbing salt in the wound.
Could be. Makes his fight back even harder. A really tough blow.
So, next up, Monza, the Temple of Speed, September 7th.
And Ferrari's home race. The Tifosi will be desperate for something, anything to cheer about after Zandvoort.
Talk about pressure, especially with Hamilton's grid penalty carrying over and Leclerc wanting redemption.
It sets things up beautifully, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can Piastri hammer home his advantage? How does Norris respond to that huge disappointment?
Will Verstappen find a way back into the mix?
Yeah.
Hadjar can build on that amazing podium. More flashes of brilliance to come.
So many questions. But looking back at Zandvoort, It was more than just points and positions, wasn't it? It was this story of contrast.
Definitely. Piastri's cool triumph against Norris's agonizing heartbreak.
Verstappen's fight in front of his home crowd, Hadjar's breakthrough joy, all against that unpredictable Zandvoort backdrop. It felt like a real turning point, the day the championship pendulum really swung.
It does make you think about that line between fate and skill in F1, doesn't it? How one tiny failure can change everything.
Yeah, and how someone's bad luck can be someone else's golden opportunity, like Hadjar stepping onto that podium.
What does it all tell us about just chasing greatness, the risks involved, that razor's edge they operate on between winning and losing everything?
That's why we watch, I guess. That relentless pursuit, the drama, the human stories behind the visor keeps you absolutely hooked.